We're all looking for that extra boost of energy, but what if the answer isn't just another cup of coffee? Today, we're going to explore a totally different path, using some really traditional herbal wisdom to find a kind of vitality that actually lasts, without all the jitters and crashes.
We all know this feeling, right? You grab a coffee, maybe a sugary snack, for that quick lift. You feel amazing for about an hour. And then, boom, the inevitable slump hits. It's this super frustrating cycle that so many of us are just stuck in, where we treat our energy like it's a problem we have to solve with some kind of quick, forceful fix.
I mean, seriously, who isn't? That mid-afternoon wall feels like a modern-day ritual for way too many of us. But what if we could just smooth out all those peaks and valleys? What if we could build a real foundation of steady, reliable energy instead of just, constantly patching the leaks?
And this comparison, well, it really gets to the heart of the whole issue. On one side, you've got that quick fix approach from stimulants that honestly often leaves you feeling even more wiped out in the long run. And on the other side, a much gentler path that traditional herbs offer, one that's all about supporting your body's natural energy systems for the long haul.
So this leads us to a really core idea. The goal isn't to force your body into this state of high alert. It's about gently supporting its own ability to produce and maintain energy. It's a total shift in perspective, really, from forcing to restoring.
Okay, so how do these herbs actually work? Well, a lot of them fall into this fascinating category called adaptogens. And these don't just ramp you up, they actually help your body get better at handling stress. Our modern lives, they kind of keep us in this constant low-grade fight or flight mode, and that just drains us. Adaptogens, think of them like a smart thermostat for that stress response, helping your whole system find balance instead of just cranking up the heat.
All right, so now that we've got the big picture, let's get practical. We're going to dive into 5 specific herbs that you can think of as tools in your own personal energy toolkit, and each one has a really unique job to do.
First up is Rhodiola rosea. This one is an absolute classic adaptogen. It's been used for ages in cold mountainous regions to fight off fatigue. Its specialty? Helping you build resilience against that specific kind of exhaustion that comes from stress.
And using it is super straightforward. You just simmer the dried root to make a tea. But the real magic is in why it helps. By supporting your body's stress response system, it directly tackles that feeling of burnout, which, let's be honest, is often the real reason we're so tired, when chronic stress has just emptied our tanks.
Let's move on to our next tool, Schisandra berry. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's known as the 5-flavor berry, and this is your go-to ally when you need both physical stamina and that sharp mental concentration. Again, super simple preparation, just a tea made from some crushed berries. And this really shows that more holistic approach, because Schisandra supports liver function, which is a total powerhouse for turning food into energy, and it sharpens your mental alertness. It's perfect for those long days when you really need to stay on your game.
But what about when your fatigue feels more mental than physical? When you just feel overloaded and you can't seem to focus. Well, that's where Gotu Kola comes in. It's often called an herb for the brain.
A simple tea made from the dried leaves is all it takes. And the huge benefit here is focus without jitters. It helps support healthy circulation to the brain, which in turn boosts cognitive function. So what you get is a clear, calm mental state instead of that wired, anxious one we all hate.
Our 4th herb is Eleuthero. Some people call it Siberian ginseng, though it is different from true ginseng. This is your go-to for building that long-term, steady vitality. It's not a quick fix. Think of it more like foundational support. By simmering the root, you unlock its goodness. See, Eleuthero is all about supporting stamina for the long haul, and it's especially good for folks who are recovering from heavy workloads or just long periods of feeling drained. It helps you rebuild your reserves day by day.
And finally, let's look at a bit of a hidden gem, but a really powerful one, nettle seed. Now, a lot of people know about nettle leaf, but the seed is traditionally prized as a deep, restorative tonic for when you are feeling truly completely depleted. You just make a simple steeped tea. Nettle seed is for those moments of deep, deep exhaustion. It's traditionally used to nourish the body by supporting the adrenal system. Those are the glands that manage our stress hormones. When they get overworked from all the chronic pressure, you feel that bone-deep tired. And that's exactly when a tonic like this can help you restore that vitality. So, there we have it, our toolkit of 5 amazing herbs. But here's the thing. None of them work in a vacuum. So let's kind of zoom out and see how this all fits in to the bigger picture of wellness.
And this is a really, really crucial point. These herbs are your partners. They are not replacements for a healthy lifestyle. They work their absolute best when you're also making sure you get enough rest, you're eating good food, staying hydrated, and managing your stress. They're here to support your body's natural systems, not to override them. And of course, it's always a good idea to chat with a professional before adding new herbs to your routine.
I think this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The goal isn't to wring more energy out of a system that's already running on empty. It's to create the right conditions for your body to restore its own natural vitality.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Now that you have this knowledge, you've got so many more options than just grabbing the next caffeine hit. This path of gentle, sustained support is right there. So how will you choose to walk it?